All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Jose Guadalupe Olivares, and I'm excited to be back at Poets House for the Hard Hat Reading Series in support of Poets House, where I was a fellow back in 2015, where I wrote a bunch of the poems in my first book, Citizen Illegal, and where I just have a great and fond memory of sitting by this library, looking up poems, trying to write, texting with friends around the city to find out where the nearest reading was, overlooking the river. So I'm looking forward to the day where we can resume doing all of those things. I'm going to share a poem by Manuel Paul López. Uh, I wasn't necessarily planning on reading this poem to you, but as it works out, walking through the stacks, you kind of find a book that calls to you. And I found myself being called to this book and being called to this poem. This poem is called There Is a Hole in My Living Room, and the dedication is to Fidencio Escalera. There's a hole in my living room my grandfather cannot climb out from. I bring him water sometimes because I know he's thirsty, because I know his medication dehydrates him. I know the crackers and salami he loves to eat need to be washed down with something, but I can only hear the incomprehensible echoes of his Spanish, like the death hum of a gasping bird trying to lift itself out of the darkness. I leave each glass of water around the hole in my living room, a vigil of sunlight. No one drinks them. There are 2,700 glasses of water near that hole, but no one will drink them. My grandfather has died, and there are 2,700 glasses of water near a large hole in my living room where my grandfather used to dance, where he used to sing El Rey and balance all of his nietos like a dozen brown canaries across his biceps. My grandfather has died, and there are 2,700 glasses of water that cannot satisfy our thirst. So that poem is There's a Hole in My Living Room. It's by Manuel Paul López, a brilliant poet. Highly recommend his work. And I'll read one of my poems. I'll swap these out so you can see Manuel's book cover. This is a poem that I wrote while I was a fellow here at Poets House. This poem is called Ode to Cheese Fries. Golden goo of artificial delicious, what probably lines my stomach with sunlight grease for weeks after eating the yellow so yellow it could only be manufactured. So what if it's fake? As much cheese content as Apple Jolly Ranchers. I come from a city of foreclosure, empty lot, city where we got dollar store brand action figures. So what my Wolverine didn't have retractable claws or the right uniform. So my joy at Panos, my favorite fried everything spot. The cashier's voice, a box of Newports filtered through throat. I didn't know I would miss this home where the patties come from freezers and maybe not ever from cows or even animals. I live in a city that brags about its organic, fair trade, quinoa fed beef. Of course, I miss the 90s pop playing in the restaurant. The Backstreet Boys live in Cal City where the band never breaks up. The song plays on repeat as the cashier takes my order. Say it with me. Cheese fries, please. Give me everything artificial, including cardboard fries, the bread fresh out of some Walmart cloning experiment, throwing a cold pop. I want a joy so fake it stains my insides and never fades away. Thanks so much for having me. My name is Jose Guadalupe Olivares, and much love to Poets House and all the poets out here.